Good afternoon, everyone. May I first of all thank all of you for coming along today to the opening of 100 Kings Road, Reading. For those of you who don't know me, I'm John Fisher. Can you hear me? Yes. I'm the Managing Director of TA Fisher, and also I'm CEO of House Fisher as our service department company. Many of the people will know TA Fisher as a well-known name in house building and property development. I'm fourth generation and we've been established since 1895. On the other hand, those with a corporate travel background know House Fisher from the service department world. And although with a lesser track record, we've been involved in the business since 1997. So we're no newcomers to that market either. Kings Road. Now let me tell you a little bit about 100 Kings Road because we have a little bit of history with this building. Our company connection stretches back to the post-war days, as my grandfather and father used to buy bathroom supplies from Hooper and Ashby, who were the builders merchants who traded very successfully for many, many years in a showroom on the ground floor. So that's a little nostalgia for us and the family. But however, we didn't own the site then, so a small difference. In 1984, it was developed as an office-led scheme. It was a landmark project in those days. It was symbolised by the bronze and stone art that you can see on the outside. So it was a very important scheme, designed by the renowned architect from London, R. Seaford. And it was occupied by Royal Sun Alliance for many years, for 25 years, until they vacated. Now, it's always been a desire of mine to produce a scheme such as 100 Kings Road. And it's easy looking at it today to see, well, you know, how wonderful it looks. But it was some challenge to put it together. Back in 2003, we produced a somewhat smaller scaled version, a building called City Wall House in West Street, Reading, and we still operate from there today. But my ambition was to deliver a mixed-use scheme involving a health and fitness element and a high-end apart hotel, there being an obvious synergy between the two uses. And furthermore, it adds credentials to support Reading's ever-growing economy. And it was also a product that was not currently on offer in the market. So in 2011, we had the opportunity to buy the building, which I have to say was in a very unloved, sorry state then. I look at a fair few empty office buildings. In fact, we looked at this one in 2009 and walked away because things were even more difficult in 2009 than they were in 2011. But it needed a new owner. But somebody who had the ideas and a solution for what to do with it, because it was big and lumpy. Now, and at the time, Kings Road was experiencing very difficult times. I mean, this building was not the only one that was vacant, and was the whole of Kings Road was vacant then. There was tumbleweed blowing down the street, and everybody had packed up and gone home. You know what it's like with commercial buildings. There was a huge exodus. But you know, there was an opportunity to buy it. The commercial side of it seemed to make sense, and we took a leap of faith and bought it. So, taking you very quickly through the timeline, we prepared a scheme during the early part of 2012. We had great support from Reading Borough Council, I have to say. They obviously knew the company and what we had done elsewhere in City Wall House, Reading. We got planning permission in mid-12. We started on site in early part of 2013, and the whole project was completed at the end of 2013, December 2013. And we opened for business in January this year. So we've been open 4 months. Along the way, I introduced Peter Stoll of Buzz Gym, who was an advanced gym and Buzz Gym, to the project. And I persuaded him back in 2011 that Kings Road was going to take off. It was going to be the place to be for the future. And it took him about a year, I think, to come around to my way of thinking, because it was a big project for them in those days. But I don't know if anybody's put their head through the door today of Buzz Gym. I went down there earlier. They are trading exceptionally well. They have over 4,000 members, so I don't think he has any regrets. Few facts about the building. For the property junkies amongst you, it's about 45,000 square feet. It's about 10,000 square foot of health and fitness. And on the upper floors, 5 upper floors, we have 50 apart hotel suites, from executive studios, from 1 bed, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, and we have some stunning 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom apartments on the upper floors. And it's cost approximately £8 million to produce. So it's a serious investment for us. I don't know how many of you are technically minded. I know we've got 1 or 2 building guys here. It's a BREEAM very good building, and that was some achievement actually, because most new buildings only achieve BREEAM very good, but we achieved a BREEAM very good building, very good rating. So I'd like to thank the consultants who helped us deliver that result. 80% of the waste through the development project was recycled. We have energy efficient air source heat pumps. We've got energy efficient lighting. So if one considers that this is a conversion, and we've salvaged the building, the frame, the envelope, and the roof, it is a very green development, as we avoided demolition. So the benefits of the building in House Fisher terms, the great attractions was that we could operate a 24/7 facility here. So we've actually changed the way we run our business, not just here, but across our portfolio generally. So we provide guest services on a 24/7 basis, and also we process reservations. So it was a very important step up in terms of service level and where our company is positioned in the marketplace. Other significant differences with this building, as opposed to other people who might run service departments in various other schemes, we have a VIN card entry system, so it's a hotel style entry. We have a tail guard system, so that if you're occupying a particular apartment, you're able to allow guests into the building from your apartment. There's Wi-Fi in the building. If you've had an opportunity to look round, you'll see the apartments are finished to a very high standard. Everything you could possibly need for a short or a longer term stay. The guest lounge is normally furnished, actually, by the way. We haven't had the receivers in. This normally this is normally beautifully furnished, and we've got Sky TV rolling. I mean, he's not normally on here, and it's very nice. And we use this for guests who can meet and greet, and we use it for business purposes as well. So it works very, very well, and that's something that you don't find in other facilities in town. So far, our confidence and investment in the project is being repaid. The reaction from our existing corporate customers has been incredibly positive and enthusiastic. Our corporate client market has broadened as a result. Our guests do love the product. Few stats. Several nights this week we've been over 90% occupied. I think last night we were 96%. We just struggled to find a 3-bed, 2-bath apartment, which I'm told is the only one available in the building. So it's a testament to how well our sales team are doing, and how attractive the product is. So we're very pleased with it. It coincides with a real upturn in the market generally. Reading has got a real buzz about it. For those people who know Reading, there's some great things happening in town currently. Crossrail's coming to Reading, as people know, so we'll get a Crossrail facility from 2019. The Heathrow link will go in from 2020, and if anybody has arrived at the station or viewed the station recently, there's massive investment going in there. The total investment will be something like £750 million. So terrific things are happening in the town, and as I say, it coincides with the upturn in the economy. There's also the promise of a third Reading Bridge, and curiously, all these projects are being supported and driven forward by Rob Wilson. Rob Wilson MP is here today. Rob, and thank you, Rob, for what you're doing, as long as you're not going over the edge. And Rob, I know you put a huge amount of work into promoting these schemes, and thank you very much, and Reading is going to be all the better as a result. A little bit about Reading, for those who don't know it, and it's good to remind ourselves occasionally. It is home to 11 of the 15 top high-tech companies in the world, attracting a very talented and stable workforce. But technology-based industries also require a high degree of mobility in the workforce, and that means accommodation to suit the transient market. 100 Kings Road very much ticks the box in this regard, and it's proven by the fact actually that our average length of stay across our portfolio generally is 39 nights. That's a reading from this morning, whereas 100 Kings Road is coming out at 53 nights. So we're getting really good quality, longer term project work going into Kings Road. It's a product that's really being appreciated. As I say, there really isn't a scheme like it in Reading or anywhere this side of Heathrow. It's a London scheme in Reading. I think that's enough of facts and stats and all that kind of stuff. I'm absolutely delighted to have with us today Simon Calder. Simon has just flown in this morning from China. It's all impressive stuff, Simon. Thank you. Thank you for being here. He's senior travel editor of The Independent and is known as the man who pays his way.
Oh, John,
and I like that.
John, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Just on that note, and wanting to look after our revenue lines and keep Duncan, the finance director, happy, that's Simon's bill for 405.
All right, Simon.
Thank you very much. Right, okay.
Agreeable?
Very, very good. You take Chinese renminbi.
We'll take anything. We'll do anything, Simon. Right, I'm reading this bit. He also writes for the Evening Standard, the I newspaper, BA's Flight magazine, High Life, and hosts for other publications. So far, so good? He's a regular guest on national TV, often seen on BBC Breakfast News, Daybreak, ITV News, Sky News. He's often interviewed on BBC Radio, particularly BBC Radio 4, from apartment 405 about half an hour ago, and BBC 5 Live. He was recently a contestant on Celebrity Mastermind, and much to his amazement, he won. His specialist subject? Concord. Simon, over to you.
Thank you very much indeed.